Friends, Brian here for Yes You Can Play Guitar, and I am getting caught up in some videos of reading your comments because, when I started this channel, I did a little bit of that, and I've reintroduced that to my channel, and everyone seems to like it. I like it because it's my way of saying hi to everybody. Thank you for taking the time out of your day and watching. And we're going to go back a little bit to this was probably maybe the second or third Jinjer reaction I did. I think it was the second. I think it was for Vortex. I think they did this concert during the pandemic and no one was there, but I think it was like a live stream kind of thing. Big, really good production. But let's check out everyone's comments. And as I said, we're trying to get caught up with the reading your comments. When did I do this one? Let's just check this out here. Jinjer Vortex. So that was on March 29th, okay? We're trying to get caught up here, folks. Again, it's the viewers, it's the subscribers, it's the people that like and comment. They really make the world of YouTube go round. As my channel has grown, I recently did a video of how many comments a channel with around 20,000 subscribers gets. You might like that. We did a little interesting experiment. I did that a week or so ago. But, the bottom line is every one of you takes time out of your day to watch the video and comment and give me your thoughts. And that means a lot to me. And, in the event of however much this channel will grow, I'll never lose sight of the fact that it's the viewers that make the channel happen. It's because without the viewers, your channel ain't nothing. Sometimes, to me, it seems like a lot of the bigger channels tend to forget that. And I don't want to, if my channel ever becomes big, I don't want to be one of those people, okay? So, and, I know what it's like watching some of my favorite YouTube channels, and you comment and stuff, and the person never reacts to the comments or gives you a mention or anything. So I just want to tell you guys, hey, thanks. So Jinjer Vortex, let's look at the comments here, okay? March 29th. Robert Evans, to address your desire for lead. I think that was me saying Jinjer's amazing. Just I'd like to see a little bit more lead guitar playing. But Jinjer's so good, they don't even need to do that. He's such a wicked guitar player. Check out Jinjer's early stuff when they had no other guitarists playing with Roman. Songs like Outlander and lots of bootlegs from both the drummer and the former guitarist are also out there. Anything from 2014 and previous. The only issue with going back to then on the live shows is the audio quality. That can be a challenge sometimes. It's often not great, and that the band isn't anywhere near as skilled as they are now. It would have been interesting to know why the other player left. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. Steve Smith, this band does their best work live. That very well could be. I really enjoy watching performances live. When you just hear the audio, I've done a few reactions to that, but when you see them live, you can just see how they really play, how they interact, the dynamics, you can do a whole bunch of different takes on audio, but live, you got one crack at it, man. Chris Blackstock, my man, good friend. He actually comes here for guitar lessons sometimes, yes. He picks my brain. Not that there's not much left to pick, but yeah. Now, the female's voice is awesome. Great reaction. Yeah, so, I know Chris isn't a metal guy, but he's a very open-minded musician. Chris has actually got some songs up on Spotify now you might want to check out. So just click on his YouTube channel, and he should have the links up there to direct you to his Spotify, or there should be some links there. But when you get into metal and you understand the versatility of Tatiana, I talk about being able to raunch your voice. I could never do that. I was never a metal singer when I worked a lot, when I got out of doing metal, because at the time there wasn't a lot of money doing that, and I was getting to a point in my life where I wanted to eat and be able to pay a few bills. Sold my soul, did the country thing, but I actually have a not bad country voice, but I could never raunch. As soon as I'd raunch my voice, so when I see really good singers able to do that, plus I like multi-dimensional singers that can do not just the raunch, they can hit different types of ranges with their singing and stuff. Another singer I love who I haven't reacted to any of their music because I've been a fan for a long time is Stu Block from Into Eternity. They're a Canadian band. He did some time with Iced Earth, and yeah. But all right, thank you so much, Chris. CJ Joe, check out some old school Jinjer, the specific performance from 2014 Outlander. He gives me a link. They were a 5-piece band back then with an additional guitarist, a different drummer. That drummer, let me tell you, that drummer that is in Jinjer now is absolutely amazing. One of my favorites. And Tatiana had dreads. So when I started my channel 2.5 years ago, there was this fellow. I got to look back in some of my old videos and find this person's name because I owe them an apology. He kept saying, you know, you got to check out Jinjer. Do a reaction to Jinjer. Do it. And I meant to, and for whatever reason I didn't. I had a lot of other... The channel was just starting to get going, and I was getting a lot of requests and for a lot of different things. But I had a vague recollection of Jinjer from years ago, and I think her hair was different, and I think maybe I saw something back from that time when she had the dreads, maybe. But thank you, CJ Joe. We will definitely do a reaction to that at some point, okay? Marcel Manicelli, Pit of Consciousness live in Kiev. That is true. They are from the Ukraine, and I'm sure they've gone through a lot the past year or so with... You know, I'm not going to get into politics and everything, but man, that would, I'm sure they are probably angry about a few things, and it might come out in their music. Raul, you want Jinjer's solos react to plus or minus official lyric video? Okay, cool. Thank you, Raul. Harold Dominguez, I really like you choose to react to this song live. She is the one. Who is going to be the one? Tatiana is. I actually did a reaction to that one last week, and it was a great song. And we will do a reading your comments. You know, I'm just trying to get caught up because there's a lot of really reaction videos. I got a number of views that I'd like to address everyone. Say, hey, thank you for commenting. So I'm trying to get caught up here with them. People seem to like when I do this format. So Paladin Odessa, Pit of Consciousness live in Kiev. Awesome. I believe I did a reaction to that one. One of their best performances playing to their hometown. They were amped up for this show. Was it in the Kiev one? It might have been. Kiev. Back when the Soviet Union existed, we used to pronounce it as Kiev, but people have different ways. I know I mentioned that in a previous video, and people are saying different pronunciations, but Kiev. Nick M. So Nick M here, he has publicly subscribed to me 2 months ago. That means a lot, guys. You know, if you ever want to... I always hate when I go to a YouTube channel and the first 2 minutes of their introduction is like, what's up, guys? What's going on? Smash the like button and subscribe. I never wanted to be one of those channels. But when you subscribe to the channel, you know, on YouTube, even though I still have a small channel, there's a lot of misconceptions. We don't make the money, especially doing reaction videos or music with certain copyrights involved. We don't make the money that people think we make. And I did a detailed video about that a couple weeks ago. So if you're ever curious of that, I really break everything down and explain things. So when people, at the very least, hit subscribe, give the channel a view and a comment, it really helps. Jinjer's quite possibly better in person than they are in official videos. Tati's stage presence is amazing. No arguments. I think she's one of the best front people in metal history. You should check out On the Top and Pit of Consciousness live in Kiev. I did react to a Pit of Consciousness, I do believe. But, you know, I'm sitting here talking about it, so let me double check here. So I did Mediator, yeah. Oh, maybe I haven't. No, I did do Live in Kiev. I did. I thought I reacted to that one. Of course. So, bear with me, guys. I'm old. I've been hit in the head many times. Okay, so some of my favorite instrumental. This is from JF Fisher. Again, JF, he subscribed 2 months ago. Publicly subscribed. Thank you, JF. Some of my favorite musical instrumental composition is Who's Going to Be the One Live. Did a reaction to that last week. I will be doing, hopefully in the next week or so, reading your comments on that one. It's gotten quite a few views. The song has something close to a guitar solo because it was originally from 2014. When they used more solo-like elements, then it was reworked when the rhythm guitarist left. And I loved the dueling guitar and bass throughout. Oh, I gotta check that out. As many others have suggested, Pit of Consciousness live in Kiev, now Kiev, is epic and incredibly impressive too. It was, I reacted to it. Thank you so much, JF. Brian Alley. Again, Brian, my man. My man. Okay, even though we spell our first names differently. He subscribed publicly to the channel 2 months ago. Have you seen this one yet? Toddy and Alex covering Lamb of God. Very interesting. We will check that one out at some point, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate it when you guys post the links for me. GTR Sean, or Guitar Sean. Roman has been playing Jackson guitars exclusively. That is really cool because I have seen him play an ESP and he was playing an OD guitar. Jackson is a cool company. I have one of the lower end Demolition guitars. You guys probably know I interviewed the man that's his line of guitars, Phil Demel. He was with the band Violence, who I was a fan of, still am, back from the late 80s. He was with Machine Head for a number of years, and he is actually filling in for Alex Skolnick and Testament right now over in Germany, because Alex, who has a few things going on in his end. So, Jinjer is one of those incredible and very special bands that only come around once in a generation. By the way, Eugene's main bass riff is Ryan Martini. That's Mudvayne, my friends. From Mudvayne, and Tatiana first started practicing growling to Mudvayne's tune, Dig. So, I got to tell you guys, as a musician, I've always really liked Mudvayne. And also, in the gym when I'm lifting, Dig is in my playlist. See, look at that drive. Not near as much shaking, okay? Hips, adductors, abductors, glutes, much better condition. A little bit of shaking, but not like the way it was before, okay? JF Fisher, I figured someone would fill in that about Mudvayne's influence, yes. Okay? Coder for Liberty. They did a good job at that gig. They hated it because of the dead silence between the songs. This is when the pandemic was going on, so they didn't have an audience. I think it was like a live stream thing that they did with production. I think I would probably feel the same and just play the bar circuit, where I played plenty of nights in bars where there were 3 people and 2 of them worked there. Good live videos would include Captain Clock live at Resurrection Fest. Not ideal audio, but a fantastic performance from Tatiana, okay? And he lists a whole bunch of songs. Thank you so much, Coder for Liberty. I appreciate it. Also, there are quite a few guitar, bass, and drum playthrough videos you might enjoy from them. Videos with asterisks above have really good ones. Maybe in conjunction with one of those above videos. Good man, Brian Alley again. Check this out if you haven't seen it yet. Toddy and Alex Jam at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Okay, thank you. Steve Calio. Great reaction. I love Jinjer. They are easily in my top 10 favorite metal bands of all times. I'm not a musician, but even I know how insanely talented they all are. No denying that. Tatiana gets the most attention, and rightfully so. But usually the front person does, right? But Eugene bass, Roman guitar, and Vlad drums are equally phenomenal. They're all amazing. But I got to say, especially the drummer just blows my mind. But I'm kind of weird because like I'm a guitar player, but I always get drawn to the drummer because, you know, I often tell people, when people, even regionally, you know, maybe some students or something ask me for band advice, I say, don't play with a drummer who sucks. If you look at my top 10 red flags for playing in bands that I do, you know, like, part of the whole reason for my channel is I didn't want you guys to make my mistakes. You know what I mean? I was naive. I made a lot of mistakes over the years. You know, if you play in the wrong band for a year and you decide to leave, you're like, wow, I just lost a year. Of course, you probably learned something, but, you know, that's a whole other topic. But if you go back and look at my top 10 red flags playing in bands, I made that maybe a month or 2 ago. For some of you up-and-coming musicians, there might be some stuff there for you to learn that you might not always hear about. But one of them, don't play with a drummer who sucks, because it doesn't matter how great the band is, how great the singer is, how great the guitar player is. If your drummer sucks, if the meter's up and down all the time, the rolls are out of time, you're going to suck. Do not play with a drummer who sucks, okay? Been there, done that, don't do that, okay? I've been fortunate enough to meet and see Jinjer twice so far. That is amazing, Steve. And we'll see them again in July when they open up for Disturbed. Their concerts are amazing. What's even more amazing is that all of them are some of the nicest, kindest, most humble human beings. Just genuinely nice people who love their fans. I took my older brother to see them. He's a drummer who's been playing for over 45 years. Steve, that's awesome. Does he have a YouTube channel? Does he have a band or something that we can check out? I would love to check that out and give him a plug. And he said after seeing them, they're one of the tightest, most talented bands he's ever heard or seen. One last thing, I have Tatiana as my 5th favorite metal singer ever, and I've been listening to metal music for over 40 years. Funny thing is, I don't even like harsh vocals, but still don't really. But Tati is something special. She is, very much. She's that whole package. I'm going to recommend a future Jinjer reaction. The song is Pit of Consciousness live in Kiev. It's It's fantastic. But then again, so is pretty much every Jinjer song. So whatever song you decide to react to, I'm sure you'll love it. Keep up the great reactions, and as always, stay metal. Thank you so much, Steve. That's a great post. You took time out of your day to watch the video. That's a really cool post. If your brother has a YouTube channel or a YouTube video or something, let me know. You can email me at yesyoucanplayguitar@gmail.com, and maybe I'll do a reaction video to one of his videos or try and give him a plug. You know, if there's bands out there that are, you know, I'd like to get into that a little bit, you know, where, you know, if there's bands that are kind of up and coming, and if they want more exposure and they want me to do a reaction to one of their videos, hit me up. I might be up for that. I might ask you for one of your shirts, size 3X, for the video, but hit me up. We might be able to do something, okay? My good man, Brian Alley, again. Brian, comment here because you're a Gingerite. That is so cool, Gingerite. I see all the reactions too. Go check out Tati jamming with some folks at Whiskey Go. Cool. I think I remember Tati being there. That was a couple months ago. Around that time, I had interviewed Phil Demmel, and I think Phil Demmel was doing some jams there at the same time with her. Anyway, I was talking about Jackson guitars earlier. I did a review on my Jackson. You can see a little bit of light on that there. Demolition. It's one of the lower end ones, but it still plays really good. It's an amazing guitar. I break it down. You can check out. I do a review of the guitar, and you know, it's some of those review videos are long. I do try and be conscious of how long my videos are. Of course, depending on how many comments the video gets when I do a reading your comments, it might be those videos might be a little longer, but you guys can also kind of see who's commenting if you want to just zip ahead a little bit to where you are. You can see when I come up to your name if you want and give you a shout out. But, you know, also watch my videos to the end and, you know, check out some other videos. And, you know, if you want, join my Patreon. I've got 2 Patreon communities. I've got a guitar Patreon, a whole bunch of downloadable stuff, guitar lessons, all kinds of stuff there if you're a guitar player. That one's fairly new. We're getting that one up and rock and rolling. And my other one is my reaction community. I've had a lot of Nightwish fans join me recently, so we're doing some extra content for Nightwish. And a lot of stuff going on there. One of the things I want to give back to my Patreons is, you know, who would you like? I want some of my Patreons to join me when I interview bigger names. So maybe we can have that where if I get to do a few different Jinjer interviews, maybe some of you guys could join me if you're in my Patreon community. That would be awesome. That would be a great way for me to give back to you. Jabberwocky, great reaction. Agreed. Tati's stage presence is unmatched. The energy from their live performance is also unreal. I'd recommend Pit of Consciousness, absolutely, and or On the Top, both live in Kyiv, absolute bangers. More Jinjer, please, and thank you. Absolutely, Jabberwocky. I love your comments. I love reading them, and I appreciate that you take the time out of your day for that. Alex Symbol, he seems to agree with him, and thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. My man, Sean Bryan, Jinjer Outlander, okay? So he sent me a link. This is back from when they were a 5-piece. I know I got to check that one out. John, great reaction, and honestly, what can you say about the band? It all seems superfluous because they're just that good. I agree. For live reactions, I would suggest Captain Clock, live at Resurrection Fest, Pit of Consciousness, live in Kyiv. Who's going to be the one? Okay, we did that one. Anything from Alive in Melbourne? Okay, cool. There are so many, man. I'm glad you're enjoying this band. They're a revelation to me. I didn't ever listen to anything that I had growling in it, ever. And now this. Cool. Appreciate it, John. Emmanuel Fazio. Who's going to be the one? And Captain Clock, okay? Let's check that out. AGR9. I know that's like a pseudonym for something. Agar9 or something. I'm bad with those things. You know when people have those specialized license plates? Sometimes I'll be reading them going, I'm horrible at that. I can never figure it out. Check out Pit of Consciousness live from Kyiv and Teacher live from Poland Rock. Okay, thank you. The second one might be the biggest scene they ever played. Okay, I'm curious now. Shifty76, +1 for Pit of Consciousness in Kiev. Amazing performance. And my good man, Brian Alley. Shout out to you, my man, Brian Alley. So Hellfest from home in 21 was a trip to watch. Every band they had in their lineup was a streamed only event thanks to COVID. It's surreal watching the sets on full stage with full production, absolutely no one in the audience. Yeah, and I'm sure they do amazing, absolutely. Guys, again, this is my way of acknowledging all of you guys, saying, hey, thank you for taking time, doing this, supporting the channel. I love giving you guys a shout out. And as I said, I know what it's like when I watch, I have some channels that I like and I watch and I comment. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll post some funny comments, see if I can get the owner of the channel's attention. One guy who was always a great person to do that to is Rob Arnold from Camara. I've since interviewed Rob. I talk to him every now and then. Great guy, just a great dude. And sometimes, some of the bigger channels, you'll make a comment stuff and it's never acknowledged. You're kind of like, My channel's still small. It is growing, but this is my way of saying, guys, I appreciate you. Without you guys, my channel would be nothing. If you want to go a little further to support my channel, check out my Patreon. 2 different Patrons. Again, I've talked about that, but check it out. And remember, guys, practice hard, but practice smart. No excuses, and we'll see you soon.